They said, the man said he can no longer do anything, that we should take him home. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, I'm so happy to come back here once again. Like, I'm super grateful to all of you for the outpour of love, like the love that you guys showed me the last time in my first video. Like, I lay down on my bed like this and I begin to imagine, as in, how much you guys love me. I never believed it in my life that people can actually show me this quality amount of love. Like, I'm so grateful to all of you. In fact, the outpour of love made me summon the courage to do this particular video today. So if you're new here, my name is Sandy. If you're new here, welcome to this space. And if you are a returning subscriber, I am super grateful. You guys are the best. I love you guys. I love you all. I just love you all. So let me quickly, without wasting much of your time, go into the video, like tell you guys about the reason why I'm here. Like I promised I'm going to be telling you guys how I lost my husband. So it's been difficult coming back here to do this, and I think with the love and encouragement words that I got the last time, I decided to come back to do it because I already promised you guys. So I just want to go straight to the point. But first, I want to tell us something. Sometimes in life, it is always good to listen to, maybe when you're trying to go to some place, or maybe you're trying to do something and a loved one is close by trying to stop you not to do that or not to go to that place. Sometimes it's good to listen to them, especially when you know that this person loves me, when you know that this person is not trying to stop me, maybe to fulfill a selfish purpose. It is always good to listen because it affected me. That is what I'm here to share. So it was 5 weeks after my wedding, because my husband, we didn't wed immediately we got married. I already have my 2 kids before we decided to wed. It was 5 weeks after my wedding and 1 day after my last baby's birthday, Sammy's birthday. He got this call from the village. There was this burial that he needed to attend. Like, being the first son of the family, they needed him to be present there. So he got the call. Everybody was calling that he didn't come back. He's supposed to be there. It was on a Monday. Sammy's birthday was on a Sunday, the previous day. So it was on a Monday. He had already gone out with my kid brother. So all of a sudden, I just saw them come back to the house. He started packing his things and all that. I was trying to, like, Daddy, where are you going to? I was trying to stop him. So he insisted, because we already talked about it, that he's no longer traveling to the village for that particular burial, because my mind did not carry it. A lot of people, every other person's mind did not carry it. But he's at a stage, because of the pressure he was getting from the village, he decided to travel. He made up his mind to travel. So he got back home and refused to listen to me. I tried to stop him from going. He refused and pushed me out of the road and left. He told my junior brother to come and drop him off. So he left. And he traveled home that day with a night bus to the village. You can imagine the pressure he was getting from home that made him leave. So he traveled. And 5 days later, he returned back to Lagos. That was on Thursday, on Thursday, the previous week. That was a week plus. He returned back to Lagos. So after about 3 days that he got back, he fell sick. He started feeling somehow, I thought maybe it's a normal thing now. We started giving drugs. malaria, typhoid, and every other thing. We went to the hospital, lab test was conducted, and nothing was found on the lab results. So I became worried. How can someone be sick? This person is sick, and um, the lab result is not showing anything. So I decided to involve my parents. My mom called me and said she had a dream where someone came to my door to pick up his slippers. I told my husband, he said he doesn't believe in dreams and all that. But me, I know that something is wrong somewhere. So I engaged few of my friends in prayers and all that. We started praying, and later on, to cut the long story short, we found out that according to them, that he was poisoned. He was poisoned. So I we started running helter skelter. Everything in the house started going out, um, going to places. When anywhere they tell us to go to, we go there. Anywhere they mention that I should go to, I go there. With a 1-year-old baby with me, I was just running helter skelter with Sammy everywhere, traveling to places. We went to Ijebode, Mountain of Possibility, Ekiti State. I went there and I fasted for 3 days, no food, no water, with my son, a little baby. And I was trying to do everything possible just to have my husband back. His condition was getting worse by the day. So one day, one of my okay, let me just say, my godmother called me and said, Sandra, this is getting out of hand. We just need to travel back home. So we came back home. The family refused and said we are not going to take him to where they said we should bring him. We spent 3 weeks at home without any treatment, no medical treatment, no herbal treatment, and he was just going down by the day. So by the time they had accepted for us to go to Nsukka, I don't know if any of you know where I'm talking about, to check um, if he's okay, I like to check what is wrong with him, because they already said he's poison. By the time we got to Nsukka, the man, we brought him in because by then he don't have strength anymore because he vomits blood. I watch my husband vomit blood, like he'll be vomiting blood. He'll be vomiting blood, like full bucket of blood. This custard bucket, my husband will vomit blood. I watch him vomit blood almost every day. He was dying. I could not help myself. Nobody dared to help me. Nobody dared to help me with my 1-year-old baby that follows me around everywhere. So at the stage when we got to that place that day, they said, the man said he can no longer do anything, that we should take him home.
How long was he sick for?
He was sick for 4 months.
Okay. And you guys were at the village until he passed away.
Yes, 3 days after we got back from Suka, because the man said we should take him home. So 3 days after we returned back from Suka, he died. He died and they were hiding it from me because I was still tender and already. How about too much? They were hiding it from me that they took him somewhere, he's not dead and all that for like 3, 4, 5 days before they now summoned courage. They said I should bring my little baby that was with me, I should take Sammy to my mom and come back so that before we go and see him. So before they now summoned courage to tell me that my husband is dead. So that was how I became a widow. And that was when my suffering began. That was when life became mean to me and my 2 children.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry, please. I tried not to do this. It took me time. This video is supposed to have come up for a long time, like at least 3 days after the last video, but this is exactly what I've been trying to avoid. I hardly tell people how my husband died because he suffered the vomiting of blood, thick blood, clots, and every other thing. So after the burial, there's this thing that I'm supposed to do as a widow in my husband's tradition, but because I'm still too tender, they said I will not do it because of my age. I mourned him, of course, but because of my age and everything, they said I'm not going to do that tradition because they know that in future, so I can be free to live my life. My mother-in-law engineered it. She stood by me and said nothing is going to happen. She will not allow them to intimidate me, although I cut my hair and everything the normal way the Igbo tradition demands. So my children were not there when he was buried and everything. He took away my children because of their age. Sammy was just 5 years plus then. Danny was 1 year old. So after the burial, please pardon me if you're watching this. Just pardon me. I tried not to do this. God is my only witness. But it's just too heavy. So my mother-in-law being the only person that stood by me, if anybody tells you that there is no good mother-in-law out there, the person is lying. She was more than a mother to me. You dare not look for my trouble when my mother-in-law is there. She loves me so much. Despite my childishness and everything, she welcomed and loved me. But unfortunately, guys, 4 months after my husband died, I lost my mother-in-law too. She died. She also died in my hands. She invited me that I should come back from Lagos. I came back. Because after the burial, we went back to Lagos and she called me that I should come back. I came back and I went to my mother's side, my family house. She called and said, I called you to come back and you went to your parents' house. Is that how you want it now? I said, no, ma'am. So I returned back to her, my husband's side, and 2 days later, I didn't know that my mother-in-law called me back so that every other person was there. I have like
every other person, her children, we are all there. Even my co-wives, the senior ones, they were also there. But she preferred to call me. I don't know her reason. That night at the hospital, we started gisting. But let me reserve this for another day. I can't continue.
Sandra, we can stop for today if you like. Should we stop for today?
Let's stop.
Okay.
Let's stop. Oh.
You guys, we have to end this video here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Sandra will see you in her next video. Thank you once again. Bye.